Are you ready for your journey into inner space? The final frontier.
You and I, we have a choice. You and I, we have a voice. You and I, we are a source. You and I, we make the choice to be and be well. 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 You and I, we are a source. You and I, we have a voice. You and I, we make the choice.
Okay, well, welcome to the BeandBeWell with Flotation. There is more and more people who are looking for pathways to higher consciousness. And we're so lucky that guys like you end up with us. And I would say that flotation is probably the most non-denominational pathway to higher consciousness, because it really leads you to nothing. All the phenomena of life just melts away and you're left with the pure essence of who you are. And to represent that in the beginning, right here, where you see sacred space pod, we have the head of the Buddha as a renunciate. We have a sacred space pod, also a flotation tank, but that is converted into light and sound brainwave therapy. And interesting enough, both pathways lead to the same place.
We wanted to have a tank environment and a tank that is on the playa, and so this is the result of that work that we were doing to actually create both an eco art project. So as you see, there was artwork. This was just an ugly old tank that was put in, that was mothballed, and we found on Craigslist, and it was going to be chucked out. And so we took it in and had it in storage for many years, and then decided when going to Burning Man that this was the project that we wanted to do.
And it is really almost like death when I go into a flotation tank, but in a very pleasant way. It's just death to everything I think I am and I think I have to do and demonstrate to the world. It's a complete letting go. And I go into such a deep state of sleep with my physical body that I can become aware of what drives the physical body, the consciousness. So I call it actually not lucid dreaming, I call it lucid sleeping.
A depiction of a technology from the future that we got wind of in the present, and we depicted it and was sent into the future to let them know that we know about their technology now. So it's a time capsule, and it's also living art, so it's functional. So inside of it, instead of the water that it used to hold 25 years ago or more, we actually reconditioned it, and we have thick memory foam and made it super plush, comfortable, so you just float. Again, you're floating inside of it, but in a different way, without the water and the salt. And we use a light and sound system. We have a couple of different units. This is the one that's here now. So we have these units that you can wear and you put on, and it does this brain stimulation. It's like a brain workout, a brain stimulation technology, and so it's very super relaxing, and you can use it for regeneration, for creativity, for many different purposes. It's 20 different programs that are built into the computer in there.
And a lot of first timers say, oh, just give me an hour, because that's all we can conceive of, an hour, right? In school, after an hour, we had the bell ring. And I would suggest for first-time float, do an hour and a half. Go unlimited, because when you're in here, you will feel unlimited. The temperature in here makes you feel unlimited because it's actually skin temperature. So you could be as big as our friend Andrew or as tiny. You would not know the difference. It feels really vast once you're inside. And so the time is also very important, that feels vast and has a dimension that you cannot conceive of. And an hour and a half we usually don't conceive of. It usually takes about 45 minutes anyway until our brain waves do switch from alpha to theta and then go into that unlimited space of delta where you're just conscious of consciousness. So when people only float for an hour, they come out and say, I just started. And I say, yeah, you just did. You should have gone in there for 90 minutes or an all-night float. It's possible. Here it is.
Now flotation, I realized that gave me that experience that I can have that same drug-like experience without the negative effects of the drugs. And that's what I was looking for. And again, a lot of people that we know are still into, using, sacred, using those experiences. And we've taken a different course because for me it's too tempting to go back into that, and I went all the way down that road. So I don't want to go back down that road. So I needed to replace it with something that could bring a higher potential out of me that I did get from the drugs, and I don't need the escape part of it because that was kind of why I was using it. So I don't use the tank to escape, but I use it to actually set off those chemicals that I was getting from doing all these other drugs before that that made me feel good, and the bliss and the connection to the universe. Now I can do it inside of myself. And have the experience, and sometimes even listening and hearing the drugs releasing inside of my brain, and then all of a sudden washing through my whole body, and having the consciousness and awareness of it being an internal experience.
We realized that we do need to make flotation more popular in this world. It cannot be just for the chosen ones, the cultural creatives or the people who are doing brain research or pain management. It has to be for all the millions of people who are overworked, underpaid, wanted to make the world a better place, but are too tired to do it. And stressed out. Yeah. We have to do a nonprofit organization. We have to put together an umbrella organization that can be sponsored by flotation clients, for flotation clients, to make it a better world, one experience at a time.
One float at a time.
Float at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.